Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Just Enough Heshy show. I have a very interesting guest for us today. I want to welcome my Instagram fans. How are you? My YouTube fans and my Facebook fans, and of course, soon the live audience on WSNR Radio. We had a very interesting week. I personally had a very interesting week, and I want to talk about that with you and showing you what the laws and the codes are of not only New York City, but how your Constitution Amendment always comes into effect. My co-host today will be Avram Tenenbaum. He's a chemist for 40 years and more. He's also a medical researcher. So I'll be asking him questions about polio, about the vaccine, the COVID vaccine, how he was against it. And most importantly, he's going to tell us about how we can improve our health and different products that he sells and uses and that can help us make better. Say hello to the audience, Avram.
Hello.
How are you? Now, Avram, you before I go on with the show, you have not only studied to be a chemist, but isn't like a chemist a doctor in a sense?
No, chemist means has two definitions in English. One is a pharmacist, and one is somebody who deals in chemistry. So I deal with chemistry. I'm not a pharmacist.
Good. You can talk into the mic. You don't have to always look at me. I know I'm handsome, by the way. But my audience, I want you to be understanding out there that in America today, they take advantage of us. And we need individuals to make the changes of this country. We need individuals like you and me not to let the government take advantage of you. Okay? And we're going to make sure, and I keep constantly giving you information and informing you and keeping you updates from your health to your wellness to your security to your safety. And yes, New York City is the leader of this country. Now, I know you listen to me across the country or across the state. Doesn't make a difference. Learn how to from somebody that shows you the right way. I had some people that were asking me this week when I helped save them, some people, they said to me, Heshy, why do you do what you do? Why do you run after the police? Why do you let the police come after you? Why do you do this pro bono? You're crazy. And I'll tell them very simple why. Because I know that it's the right thing to do. And I will go out to help you whether you're wealthy or not. Tonight they have a big meeting in a Terrace Chaya with all the big lawyers. And the lawyers are now teaching people how to become criminals, how to avoid paying your rent, how to do crooked things and rob places or order stuff or borrow money and not pay back. And I have that issue too. I had a young man that came to me begging me for loans and money and crying to me and asking for help. And at the end of the day, he found a way legally with all the paperwork that we put together, how he can't pay back and how he's struggling and how he's suffering and all the lies that he said and the fraud that he did, nothing I could do about it. We have to learn how to stop letting people take advantage of us. And right now, we're gonna start the show. I'm going to give you my joke and quote in a moment, and then we're going to speak to Avram Tenenbaum for a little bit, and then we're going to go on, and I have so much to tell you, not only about the one assassination attempt, but a second Trump assassination plot. And how did they know about that and not know about the first one? Something is up here. Something is up. I know conspiracy theories. I know all that stuff that I'm going to be telling you about. Well, you can listen to me, you can not listen to me, you can get upset with me, but I get disappointed all the time about different people and different things that are going on, and my mission in life is to teach my children. When I walk my son down that aisle on September the 5th, which you're all invited to, I know that I've walked a good man down, a man that I've taught, a man that I've showed how to be a real man, and I'm hoping I'm an inspiration not only for him, but for many others as well. I want to welcome all our listeners on WSNR Radio, WNEW, that's 620 AM, WNEW FM HD3, and WPVID down in Florida. We have Rabbi Avram Tenenbaum. I've already introduced him. He's a chemist who will talk about his health and COVID and other stuff. And we're going to talk about the issues of the day and the things that can make your life better. I would like to give a shout out, of course, to my granddaughter, Mira Nava, I made a joke about her this week and my wife. You'll hear the joke. I'm hoping you laugh, and I'm hoping Rabbi Tenenbaum, I don't think he's going to laugh, but I don't care. I have my granddaughter, Layla Tamar, my grandson, Binyamin Hillel, my other granddaughter, Ahuva, and of course, Yeshua, my oldest grandson. He's a fighter. He's me and himself. Sergeant Peter, I love you, and Ellie, I love you, and my two co-hosts who never show up anymore. George, where are you? Tom, I miss you, and most importantly, Nicole, I hope you're doing okay on your vacation. I want to give you my quote, and this quote is pretty much made for my guest today, and here's my quote of the day. I have this theory that if one person can go out of their way to show compassion, then it will start a chain reaction of the same. People will never know how far a little kindness can go. Rabbi Tenenbaum here, when my daughter-in-law had COVID, he had this special chemical called the schmear. Now he calls it the zapper, that when the government wouldn't let us heal our people in the hospitals and give them drugs to get them better, they just shove this sick, stupid ventilator and let thousands of people die. And when I become councilman, those people are going to pay. Those nursing homes I'm going to go after them. Okay, I'm not going to let this go away. I'm not going to forget the pain and the hell that you caused for many of our residents and people and family members. So I want you to know he gave away his chemical for free. He made sure thousands of people lined up. I used it myself. I never got COVID. I still haven't gotten COVID. I'm not saying that it was his chemical only, but I'm saying that he helped, and I saw a lot of people come back from the deathbeds after he gave them the chemical when the government wouldn't let him do it. Rabbi Tenenbaum, thank you so much for your service to our community and to the many people you saved. Thank you, Rabbi Tenenbaum.
You're welcome.
Next, I want to tell you my joke. And again, guys, kindness doesn't hurt. You know, I have two young Muslim guys came into me. Very smart businessmen, intelligent. They're in their 20s, beautiful guys. They're fighters, and they're buying buildings, and they're fixing buildings up. And one of them, it does a service for the community for meats products. And they make money, and they're doing very well. And they came into me, they call me Uncle Heshy. These are the young men that do kindness and are successful. And they showed me kindness. And in return, they hired me to help them. And I want to help them. And I invited them to my wedding. They said, well, Heshy, we're Muslim. Isn't it going to look funny? Funny. I'm going to have more Muslim people, I think, than the Jewish guests. No, that's a joke. But we're going to have people there. I'm going to have Asian people there. I'm going to have Italian people there. I'm going to have Greek people there. I'm going to have Jewish people at my wedding. I want to be surrounded by love, and I don't care where you come from. Yes, it's a Jewish wedding. It has Jewish ceremony. It'll have a lot of rabbis there. But it's going to have people that want to come and celebrate with me my good day. And that's your kindness if you come to my wedding on September the 5th at the Sands in Atlantic Beach, New York City, Long Island. Here's my joke. It's very funny. I thought it was funny. My little granddaughter, Mira Nava, comes over to the house and runs over to his grandmother and gives her a hug. And Linda gives her this big, wet a kiss all over her face and her cheek. And all of a sudden, afterwards, she noticed Mira Nava wiping off the cheek where she gave that big, heavy, licking kiss. And all of a sudden, Linda asks, she says, why are you wiping off my kiss? And right away, you should have seen this little 5-year-old, how smartly she replied. She was somewhat embarrassed. She said, I was just rubbing it in. You know, rubbing it in, not rubbing it off. Come on, laugh. Come on, laugh. Anyways, I thought that was funny. Welcome to the show, Benny and Michael Smith. How are you? And Black Beauty, always one of my favorite things. By the way, the guest's name is Avraham Tenenbaum. I'm going to give you his website. I'm going to give you your email and his phone number, how to reach him, because he has so many different healing products that will help. And we're going to talk about our show. We're going to talk about Donald Trump, that there was a second assassination attempt that you guys don't know about. Okay, we're going to talk about New York City, that you claim crime is going down. Crime is going up. You know, I'm going to show you that this week I had 64 tickets that came in, and me and my son knocked them out. I have envelopes like this. You have to learn the law, the codes, and so on. I'm going to give you one more thing before we start the show. I had to go to a place where some neighbors were arguing, and I was helping one of the neighbors. And they called the cops again. The cops showed up, and they started to argue. And one of the guys, this guy Heshy Goldberger, he starts taunting me and telling me to come on his property. And after I came there, he started videotaping me saying, "Oh, you crossed over the line." And I posted this all on. I kept it all live on camera, and I posted it on all my social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. And he says, "Oh, you're trespassing." I said, "I did not trespass. I have you admitted." He called the cops. "I'm trespassing." He brought his little daughter out, and I started filming them, because he tried to play. He said, "Oh, you touched my daughter." Again, it was a lie. Had it on camera. When the cops came, they came over to me right away, and she says, "Oh, you better stay here." I said, "No, I want to go home. I did nothing wrong." She says, "No, you're staying." I said, "Are you detaining me?" Now, remember the words, guys. You have to be detained, and they have to tell you why they're detaining you. "No, you're waiting for my supervisor." I said, "For what?" I said, "Here's the camera, here's the show. Whatever he said is a lie." "Well, you still have to wait to explain." I says, "No, I don't. You cannot detain me without telling me why I'm being detained. And you have to also quote me some kind of code or law or anything. If they stop you, and don't answer questions. They ask me questions. You don't have to answer. The Fifth Amendment says they don't have to answer. They're doing an investigation. Big deal, they're investigating. You don't have to cooperate with their investigation. That is the law. When she started to say, "Oh, you know the law?" I said, "Yes, I know the law. And I had the Constitution and the Bill of Rights in my pocket. And I told her about the Fourth Amendment. And I told her about the Fifth Amendment." Then her partner came over to me after I was making him a little crazy. He says, "Where do you live?" Now, I did not have to answer or tell him this, but I ended up telling him that I live in Borough Park. He says, "What are you doing here?" Again, I said, "I don't have to tell you, but I said I came over to this house." She says, "Oh, you said you live here." I says, "No, I have it on video. I don't lie. Here it is." They can make up and say whatever they want. Cops, FBI, all the government officials, they're allowed to lie to trick you. Be very careful when you answer, because whatever you say, they can hold against you. Remember that. That is when they read the Miranda rights. Anything you say can be held against you. So anyways, they said, "Okay, go home." And then yesterday, I had an issue with two neighbors fighting, and I went to help them, and I went to stand over there. And again, he called the cops, and I said to the cops, "Look, I have the survey of the plans." He tried to blackmail one of my clients. And again, I showed them, you can't just do this because you're the adjacent neighbor. You have to give people access rights to fix their houses. They have to, of course, keep it clean, or if they damage or whatever it is, you make some kind of an agreement. But you can't torture people. You can't blackmail them for money. People are struggling, whether they're rich or poor. People want some other people's money. Let somebody have a life. Let them make a living. Go out and make your own living. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. And a lot of people just don't want to understand it. Again, the cops came again. So almost in 1 week, I was almost arrested twice, guys. So my daughter-in-law, Rayleigh, calls me up and says, "Pops, please, at least don't go to jail before the wedding." You know what I mean? Wait till after we get married. You know what I mean? I said, "Oh, you want to get rid of me already?" Anyways, that's what I do. Robert Taliban, I want to ask you a question, Avram Tenenbaum. And we're going to get to your probiotics. I know you want to talk about probiotics, and he'll explain to us how probiotics can keep you healthy. Remember, there's so many healthy counties and communities around this country, and New York City is not doing well. We have a lot of sickness, a lot of illnesses. People don't know how to take care of themselves. And you can use some probiotics. It's not a medicine. It's like, what is it?
It's a supplement.
It's a supplement that will make your life better and healthier. And you can go get this supplement and healthier thing from him. You can call him at 917-642-4410, 917-642-4410, or you can email him at DYITALIA, is that correct?
No.
NO at gmail.com.
DY Italiano.
DYItaliano@gmail.com, or you can just contact Just Enough Heshy Show, and we'll get you into the Rabbi Tenenbaum, in Avram Tenenbaum's direction to help you out. Because during COVID, he saved so many lives with his little schmear or chemical, and it was really a great lifesaver. Rabbi Tenenbaum, I'm going to get to your probiotics. I want to ask you a question, and I've been telling this to my audience. COVID was a fake. COVID was some kind of a flu or disease that was a fake, and they didn't let us take medicine. You explain to me, was COVID real, or was it just a serious bad case of the flu or pneumonia or something? Don't be scared to go against me. I have no problem. I didn't believe in COVID. I know millions and millions of people didn't die of it. Yes, people died of it, but how come there was no flu epidemic the year that COVID came out? Can you explain that?
The fact is that they say a virus is a particle. Most of the scientists said it's not even a living particle, a living being. And it comes out of a cell, takes over all the genetic material and destroys the cell, then it penetrates into another cell, and it keeps on doing the same thing, destroying the cells.
So how does it pass from one person to the next then? If it's in you only destroying you, how does it jump over to another person?
But it has not been proved scientifically, because they only see in an electronic microscope, they see some very minute particles, but it doesn't mean it's a virus. As a matter of fact, now the science says a virus is, on the contrary, it's a particle that helps to communicate between the cells, which is absolutely necessary.
So you're telling me that there's no evidence or proof even scientifically that there was COVID, correct?
Right. No, COVID, I know one thing, that people used to call me, and I used to go to people, give them my smear. And once I went to the house of some old people, and the following day I became very, very sick. I became so sick that I never was so sick in my life.
Well, they had a cold and they passed it on to you.
And I took my smear, and after 15 minutes I was doing great.
Hey,
passed away.
Kids go to school, they bring home a cold, and the parents get sick. So I got that. Now I have a question for you. Polio, to what I understand, has been wiped off the face of the earth, except for some very small little places in the world that they don't take care of it. You're telling me that polio still exists, am I correct?
Yeah, they just changed the name.
What's the new name?
Something, I forgot the name, flaxseed.
So whatever it is, we do take a vaccine as kids for polio. But there's so many people who don't take vaccines. How come they don't get polio?
It's so complicated that we have to speak another time about the subject to explain.
But is polio wiped out, or do I have to be scared of this one too? Like COVID, do I have to be scared of it?
Polio, when polio started in the end of the past century, I'm sorry, not
in the late 19th century, early 20th century.
Yes, it was discovered it was a toxic. Substance made out of lead and arsenic.
So again, polio was an engineered, in a sense, disease that crippled and killed people and then we found the vaccine for it. Just like now, COVID, it was engineered, some kind of crazy thing, and it was fake, and it wasn't something that just came out of the world. They keep changing the name of it, and it keeps mutating more and more because they can't stop this crazy engineering thing. But it wasn't just a disease that came out of the world or out of the plants, right?
The polio is complicated, but
it's not only polio. I'm talking about COVID as well. These are things. Polio was from the past. I'm talking about a disease now that scared the nation. They shut down the country. They stopped billions of dollars in commerce. They made us poor. They made us suffer. They made us mentally ill. They had the police arresting people. I mean, this is something that's not a joke. You destroyed not only the nation, you destroyed an entire planet. I don't know how we can accept that. This idiot doctor. Do you like Dr. Fauci? Do you think he has any brains or he's a loser? I'm asking you. You know who Dr. Fauci is.
He's a fraud.
He's a fraud. He's a fraud, everybody. And here is a professional chemist who's been around a long time. A fraud, a bad man. I want to ask you another question. You are selling a product, some probiotics. What does this probiotics do to make me better and healthier?
Probiotic is a beneficial bacteria that are necessary.
You create this bacteria?
No. These are special.
But you gave me a bottle with pills in there, so I mean, you must have made capsule. You made them.
Yes. What I did is there are two different types of probiotics. Usually the ones that sell in the health food stores are probiotics that have different problems. First of all, when you swallow them, most of them get destroyed by the strong acids in the stomach.
So they don't work.
Most of them. Some of them survive. Or some people use enteric-coated capsules, but they contain the toxic phthalates, which is not a great idea.
So probiotics does what? How does it make me healthier and better?
That we don't know exactly. This is
You're selling it. What do you? What's? Why do I want to take this probiotic?
Because
you said it makes me go to the.
That proves that it helps for the general health.
And also for my digestion, you said?
Absolutely.
Does it help with weight loss?
Yes. Well, the reason why is because as soon as you start to take it, these are different probiotics because they're
You
called,
said you can't just take it alone. You have to take it with something else, right?
No. You have to drink water because you need water because you get dehydrated. But that's a different story. But anyway, when you take these probiotics are called homeostatic soil organisms. They come from the soil.
They come from the soil, an organism from the soil.
Yeah, and they're very sturdy. They survive. Most of the regular probiotics are very sensitive to humidity, to temperature, to oxygen. Very, very delicate. And the ones that I supply them because they are such high quality that they're not affected nor by temperatures.
How much is a bottle cost by you to buy?
$60.
$60.
Yeah.
To buy and these capsules, what will it do for me?
But I give money back guarantee.
Money back guarantee.
It's one of the very few
that I'll be able to have a better digestive system, lose weight, and feel better.
In order to...
What kind of chronic diseases does it cure?
Very long list. Even cancer.
Even cancer?
Yes.
Your little probiotic pill cures cancer.
It helps to cure. Cancer is an illness that is composed by many different illnesses. So it helps in a certain aspect. But what I wanted to say is that all the regular probiotics that you buy are diluted either with maltodextrin, which is a synthetic sugar which is toxic to the liver, or with dextrin. And instead of using these fillers, which don't contribute to anything, they don't help in any way to improve your health, I added over 100 natural substances that heal the digestion and the general health.
We're going to take a break. We're going to do our commercials right now for 2 minutes, guys. And we're going to talk about First of all, if you want to call into the show and ask him a question, 646-974-1580. You can see it up on the screen. I know you people from the radio can't see it. But 646-974-1580. Call into the show if you want to ask a question. You don't have to call in, but 646-974-1580. I wish they would put it up on the screen and have everybody see it, but I guess not. 646-974-1580. And you can always reach me at the Just Enough Heshy, Gmail, JUSTENOUGHHESHY @gmail.com, as well as my campaign. I do building consulting. I help people, like I help these two young men, the Muslim guys, they love me, and I help many different people. So you can always call me Green Line Building Consultants or Green Line Building Developers. We help you with plans and permits and stop work orders and vacate orders and winning bunch of violations. We know every single kind of code or way around it. Like when we went for the 64 tickets, we came up with so many defenses. And the real defense, the first two defenses, which we should have won on, we didn't. We won on a third technical defense and testimony, which really, usually they never believe. So we go in there prepared. We go there with every idea. So call me, Green Line Building Solutions or Consultants at 718-871-0382. We're located at 202 Forster Avenue, 718-871-0382. for anything dealing with the building department, with the HPD, with DOB, with the Department of Finance. I'm the one that can try to, or at least advise you. If you have a water bill or electric bill, I'll tell you to send you somewhere else. But I know how to direct you, and just calling us, and like some people today, they call me, they bought a building. How much do I owe you to consult? Nothing. We talk to you, we consult you. If you hire us, we will charge you. Otherwise, Green Line Building Solutions, we have a great reputation. Call me at 718-871-0382, located at 202 Foster Avenue. And we have parking. And you know why I tell you that? There's a controller by the name of Brad Lander. He was a city councilman. And he's a scoffler. He was on the radio. He was on television on Fox 5. And they said, Mr. Controller, you're a scoffler. You have 13 speeding tickets. You have 10 open parking tickets. Oh, he says, well, you know, New York City is a hard place to park. That's why I got those tickets. Understand, you're running for mayor. You've committed crimes. You ticket us, you fine us, you're the one who collects it. Now you don't get it. He says, now I only have one ticket. You know why? Because now you have your plaque as a controller. You can park wherever you want. You mess up the parking. You have 30 streets closed in my neighborhood. You shut them down without telling us. You get crazy with this work. But when we try to do something extra at the building department, you shut us down. If we have extra men, you want us to do little by little and different inspections. These jobs in the street, they don't even have that. He has 13 speeding tickets. 10 parking tickets open. He says he paid them all. Now, he's complaining about parking. Just about a regular guy like me, for sure I would get tickets. For sure I get it. He says everybody in New York gets one. Why is everybody getting in New York one? Because you don't fix the parking, Mr. Mayor. You don't fix the parking, Mr. Brad Lander. You come after money. You know, we have mental health issues. We have homeless people on the street with billions and billions of dollars, and you're not doing it correctly. You know that all the migrants are getting $18,000 a month for doing nothing? $5,000 here, $13,000 there. That's $20,000 a month. That's $5,000 a week almost in salary. That's $1,000 a day. Somebody better tell me how these people are getting $1,000 there. It's like $150 an hour. And we are struggling, and you're giving out to 75,000 people $18,000? Of course New York City's broke. Go ahead. Do whatever you want. Go ahead, Brad Lander. You're just going to hire another Democrat that's in need. You know, Harris is running for vice president. I swear to you, I heard one of her speeches, but she doesn't talk to the press at all. Okay, why is that? Why isn't she talking to the press? Because they're protecting her, because they know she's an idiot when we ask her a question. And she says the woke agenda should continue. You know what that means? Parents are allowed to let their children to change genders even? No. A child that wants to be a boy or a girl to a boy, wait till they're an adult. Wait till they're 18 or 21 like any normal person. Like when you're able to buy a gun or drink. You're going to let them change their sexual appearance when they're younger? This is what she wants? And they want money from us to support this. I want to ask you a question. And I know this is not on your subject. Do you think that the world is going to war? You know, with Israel and the Palestinians. What's your opinion?
Yes.
You believe there's going to be a war?
Yes.
Let me tell you something, my gentleman. I hear what the rabbi is saying, and he's a holy man, but I don't believe it. And I'm going to tell you why I don't.
I'm not holy.
Well, I like you. By the way, somebody says that try the probiotic that you sell. Oh, wow. It's very interesting. Very, very good. Well, somebody likes you, Black Beauty. Probiotics supposedly works, and he gave me a bottle, and I'm going to try it, and I want to lose a few more pounds for the wedding. So when I walk down there, by the way, I made a video. The wedding will be on September 5th. It will be on the beach. If you come by, you'll see me walk down with the candles. It's going to be a great, great wedding, and I'm getting closer. By the way, I'm going to Israel next week to go pray with my son, and everybody says, oh, there's going to be a war. Not only am I not scared of the war, I'm going to fly in there. I'm going to go pray, of course, at the holy sites, and then I'm going to drive over to Gaza to visit the soldiers, and maybe they'll allow me to feed them for something stuff. I'm going to try to buy some stuff, but I'm going to go there and help serve food as one of the servers to the army personnel. And that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to come back because my wedding is overwhelming. I didn't even do the invitations yet. I'm still working on that. I'm going to try to get that out before I leave. And still, I'm going to have a beautiful wedding. So, guys, September 5th, my wedding is ready to rock and roll. And I'm going to try to be skinny and buy a new suit because I don't want to buy another one because they're very expensive today. And Linda's only giving me money for one suit and not a lot more than that. But I'm going to tell you something. You guys are scared of Iran. Iran's going to bomb Israel. The whole world is going to go crazy. Let me tell you something. Iran is a little itty-bitty 5-year-old boy with a big stick. They can't fight nothing. Even their 300 drones where they spent millions of dollars, millions, not one of them hit Israel. Are you joking? They're a big stick with nothing. These are stupid little kids, and Israel will just take their planes, blow up their oil fields. They just want to be on the big stage. They're a bunch of losers. So I'm not scared of Iran. I'm not scared of Turkey that says they're going to come after us. He's just an idiot. And you saw what happened to that Turkish guy many months ago when he got on stage and cursed Israel. He fell down and died. God is watching the Jewish people. But he's not only watching the Jewish people, he's watching the Christian people, the Muslim people, all of us. He doesn't want this war. And when Donald Trump gets into office, I promise you he's going to stop that Ukrainian war. He's going to threaten. You know, they found a few more hostages in Palestine or the Palestinian Authority or in Gaza. They're killing them. They're all dead. I know we wish they weren't. They're trying to trade. No ceasefire. They know they have nothing to give us. And the Israelis are not going to say, oh, yeah, we'll give in to you and then give us our people back. Show us the people. You know, you all feel bad for the Palestinian people when they brought the hostages in before Israel attacked Gaza and the Palestinian Authority. The Palestinian land. The people in the streets were kicking and hurting and beating the prisoners as you saw them being dragged on the floor, raping our people. And they were yelling and shouting. Now you're all upset that they're being in trouble? It wasn't people said, stop, stop. You know, when you ever come to a fight in New York City, you see a couple people fighting or things. There's always somebody that says, stop. In all the videos, I never saw them say, stop, don't do it. Yes, I'm angry. I'm disappointed. I'm going to talk about one more thing, my election. I want that to come up on the screen as well. My campaign website is heshytishler.com. I'm running for office. Send me $10, $20, $30. I'm now $17,000 away from the final goal. We really collected quite a bit of money. Simcha Felder still has not announced because he's running for senator in November. No other candidate has come, but we know that Simcha Felder is coming. Now, here's Mr. Felder that tells everybody he works with the DOT. 30 streets are open in Borough Park. I don't even want to talk about Flatbush. Congestion, you're talking today, it took me 1 hour to get from my office in Borough Park to Nostrand Avenue and Avenue J. It's just crazy. I know you people don't even know, some of you people that listen to me don't understand it. It's a total of 35 blocks. And it takes an hour. The congestion, the people stopping you on the street, telling you to go around. No detour signs a block or two before to tell you about it. And then when they go home at night, a lot of the holes are left open. Or the stores can't operate. You can't close down a whole neighborhood. But New York City, we let them get away with it. But if we do a little work on our front porch or change the door or or we square out, some of the houses have round edges. If you square it out, you have to get permits for that. And to get a permit to square out your house could take 6 months, 8 months. To evict somebody from your house could take 2 years now. They're teaching people when you rent I have a landlord that walked into me today that we're renovating his house. He has 4 empty apartments. I said, why hasn't it been rented already over the last year? And he tells me, I can't. It doesn't pay. They're teaching them how not to pay rent the second they come in, even with good references. I'm very good at with my tenants. But again, he says, I'm too old for this. He says, I'm going to try to get it off the special rental control board and put it on a free market or change them into co-ops. And people will buy the apartments. Again, they're taking away housing from us by allowing people to take advantage of us. And that's the way it is. They just know. You lend somebody money, he goes to court, and he can push you off for years and come up with excuses why he doesn't have to pay you back. That's it. You can't lend people money. There's so many good con men out there. And I am one of the people who falls for it. I'm one of the people that falls for it. I'm a dumbbell.
I would like.
Go ahead. I want you to tell me
I
some
would
of
like
the products you
to
sell.
mention a few substances that.
Go ahead. Tell me a few substances.
Yeah, these are not snake oil. These are substances that contain between 500.
What Avram Tenenbaum said snake oil means in the olden days they used to sell these fake substances. You remember? And the people sold it. Oh, it'll save you or change the world. You know, like a liquor or whatever. Tell me about the substances that you sell.
Yeah, they are all natural substances that contain between 500 to 600 natural substances, extremely healing, and they come with money back guarantee.
People tell me about this holistic healing, self-healing. Is that what your chemicals do? Is that what?
This is totally different, doesn't exist. I invented it, and it's the only one in the world that works. It's smeared on the skin.
It just smeared. You don't have to take it, inhale it, nothing.
Nothing.
And it solves all, even the probiotics.
It gets absorbed through the...
You gave me some capsules. Didn't you give me capsules?
This is only probiotic has to be taken orally.
Only probiotic. And again, it's all natural.
The other ones are smeared on the skin.
Yeah.
And they get absorbed and get into the blood instantly.
What does it heal? What do you...
So I have for diabetes 2, neuropathy, anti-inflammatory. It works unbelievable.
You can cure diabetes.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Chronic fatigue.
What does chronic fatigue mean? I get
Frozen
tired.
syndrome. It means that people are extremely tired. They can't function.
Is that a reason because of depression? Isn't that a mental problem?
Mental problems are caused by digestion. The intestine is called now the second brain.
So if I have a bad digestion, it gives me mental issues?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
This is proven scientifically.
So to solve this, you must be able to have a better, I guess, release of your waste. Am I correct?
Yes.
And
the probiotic helps.
And your probiotics helps that.
Yeah, what it does, it goes behind the compacted stools that they're very toxic. People have stools 15, 20 pounds for many years.
No way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what makes them crazy.
And it goes behind and they digest it. And as a matter of fact, as soon as you start to take them, after a day or two, you have to go to the bathroom very often.
Oh, wow.
To get rid of this stuff.
I sometimes take some stool softener for that. That's no good?
You don't need it. This does the whole job.
Oh, good. I got a whole bottle, guys. I'm going to try it out, and I'm going to report back to you on his probiotics. You can reach him by calling him at 917-642-4410. And again, you can call the Just Enough Heshy Show, and we'll give you his information.
I just want to finish. I have anti-cough. I have for improve blood flow. I have to improve hypertension.
What's hypertension?
Hypertension, high blood pressure. Against autoimmune, against eczema, against varicose veins.
Isn't eczema a rash?
Yes.
So if I have a rash, you would give me this cream and it goes away?
In many cases, not always. Because there are many causes for eczema.
But a lot of babies get rashes when they're born from different stuff they're eating. If I put this on them, it takes it away?
It may. But it comes with money back guarantee. If it doesn't work, you give back the money.
Money back guarantee, guys. How much better could it be than that?
Yeah.
I like you.
Yeah, and against hemorrhoids, pain suppressant works very good. Anti-cancer. What I did for cancer, I did a research about cancer for many years, and I searched always for substances that heal cancer. And I took all the substances I found and put in one bottle.
Wow.
And it comes with money back guarantee also.
Very good. Do you have any probiotics for people that act like stupid or idiots like Simcha Feld or other politicians? If you had one of those, I think we'd make a lot of money.
And also I would like to say that I also offer consultations if people are sick for chronic diseases. I give consultations, and they come also with money back guarantee. If somebody at the end of the consultation says, you're talking nonsense, I don't like it, it's okay, you don't have to pay me.
Wow, this is very good. I like you. I'm gonna make sure that people call you. I want to tell you guys, you know that Donald Trump recently was almost assassinated. And it bothers me. Now I'm reading about a Pakistani man with ties to the Iranian government. He sought to carry out political assassinations in the United States, and he was going to go try to kill President Trump. How did they figure this one out? How did they find this one out? And you couldn't find about this little guy, Cook or Crook or whatever that idiot's name is. Something is wrong here. I'm not saying conspiracy. I'm not saying the government wanted him dead. I'm not saying they gave him a bad crew. But something is bad here that they let this happen. And I'm so happy that President Trump will get reelected. And I want to tell you something extra. And you're all upset with me now. Election fraud, election rebating. President Trump tried to steal the election back after he lost it. Here's what President Biden said. That if Donald Trump wins the election, he doesn't believe that there'll be a peaceful transfer of power. He's already telling you that he won't turn over power to Donald Trump. First, he said that if Donald Trump loses, there won't be a peaceful transfer of power. But you see that he's lost it, or he has some kind of dementia. And then he changed it only if Donald Trump wins. Do you have any probiotics that would help with dementia? I would love it, because maybe we can cure Biden from being retarded.
But I made a medicine against Alzheimer's.
Oh, you do have one against that?
Yes.
Oh, my God. I like that.
But that's the only one that I don't give money back guarantee.
Wow.
The reason is because besides my supplement that contains many, many natural substances, you have to take all kinds of vitamins, all kinds of substances. And I cannot
make sure
that somebody follows through the protocol.
Well, I'm telling you one thing, and I was even talking to a lot of people from different religions and nationalities, to Muslim people, to Asian people, to black people, and they were all saying that if there's not going to be a legal transfer of power, they believe there will be a civil war. I hope never to see that in America, because if there is, the whole world goes down. You know, with the stock market now, you understand why the stock market is collapsing. All you people think, oh, the reason why the stock market is collapsing is because it's time now for the big people there's so much money that they see that they're able to suck out. There's $125 trillion that the rich people have. $125 trillion that they control. 1 to 2% of the population of the world control $125 trillion. Berkshire says it has $277 billion in cash. Forget what they own and what they're worth. Something is wrong here. That these few people, these 100 people, control $277 billion in cash, and they keep flowing in more. Something is here. You got to go out there. You got to work. You got to struggle. But you got to pay attention to yourselves. You got to know the laws. You got to know your rights. Some people just don't want to get anything more than just the $18,000 from the government and be happy. I'm not happy with that. I go out there and work. I go out there and struggle. Today, Miss Harris, Vice President Harris, chose her running mate. His name is Governor Tim Walz for Minnesota. Now you're going to say to me, who is this guy? Nobody really knows him. J.D. Vance, the Vice President nominee for Donald Trump, says this guy was in the reserves, the United States Reserves, and the National Guard. And when they tried to deploy his people, I forgot what it's called, whatever, his base or whatever to Iraq, he found out about it and he quickly jumped out of it. He didn't even want to serve. He sucked the government, he took the money or whatever they gave him, and all of a sudden he chickened out. And you know why she chose him? She chose him because he's a white guy. She knows that she has the black vote, so she's trying it. She can't take another black person in. Why not? Why not another woman? Why shouldn't 2 women run? There's not enough qualified women to be vice president. They chose you, Miss Harris. There must have been a reason. I know the reason, because you're a woman, you're black, and you're a senator. Other than that, you have no brains. Why didn't you choose an Indian? Why didn't you choose Buttigieg, a gay guy? You chose a white, middle class, a nice governor, white man from middle America, so you can suck those votes in. That's the way you did it. It's a game. He's not qualified to be vice president, just like you're not qualified to be vice president. I want to tell you one more thing before our audience goes away in about 10 minutes from WSNL. Taylor Swift. I don't know if you know who she is. She's a young singer who's a billionaire, one of a very famous singer across the world. And she had 3 shows that were coming up in Europe, in Vienna, and they canceled the shows because there was a terror attack. Two suspects were arrested for allegedly plotting a terror attack. She has 65,000 people that come to every one of her shows. These 2 idiots were going to cause a terror attack, so they canceled the show. 180,000 people lost going to a show that they wanted a night out, a music festival. This is where they come get you when you're relaxing. Innocent people they were going to kill, not blow up bases or buildings or government offices or the rich people. They were coming after little people, young children. And who goes to most of the Taylor Swift concerts? Young girls. You know, they had a terror attack about 5 months ago in Moscow where I think like a couple of hundred people were killed. Why would you do that? Why would you do that at a music festival or at a leisurely event? It's wrong. Forget the rules of war. It's wrong. So whatever you want to say about the Palestinian or Gaza and all those people, get rid of Hamas. You know, billions of dollars flow into the Palestinian Authority and Hamas every single year. These people are living like squatters and poor. They don't make $50 a day. Not an hour, a day. And you're telling me with the billions of dollars, they're building tunnels, there's no infrastructure, there's nothing. And this is what you do. And you teach your kids to be animals. And you want me to be nice about it or be the woke thing? You know, I was watching a video of a guy who went into the West Bank. I should have posted it. And he went to ask the Palestinians, do you want Israel? Can you live with Israel? Can you make peace? No, we want them gone. We want them dead. Hamas had a right to kill them. He says, can you give back the hostages? No, we shouldn't give back the hostages. People, one after the next, after the next. Nobody agreed that there should be peace or be kindness or to be forgiving. When he went into Israel, he asked the same questions. And all of them said, yeah, we could live in peace. We want to live in peace. We want to help them. We've helped them. We've taken them to the hospitals. We take care of them. We want to be friends with them. And when they were all told that that even the Palestinian people want the Jews dead and want them the hostages dead, they still said, "Well, it's wrong what they're doing, and we're disappointed with them, but we're still willing to be peaceful with them." That's
King David said it in the Psalms. He says, it means when I want to talk about peace, they want to go to war.
You see that? It's very smart. King David said that. And you know, a lot of Muslims are named after King David. You know, you have a lot of Muslim people named David. You know, we have to understand.
I don't think King David is so happy about it.
No. See, I love all the communities. I love the people across this land. I have friends of all nationalities. But when you act crazy, or you try to use the Bible, the Jewish Bible, the Quran, the Christian thing to abuse the letter of the law. You know, I'm not asking you to be woke, but I'm asking you to change with the times, to understand your fellow man. Throughout history, we've been kind. The Jewish people have taught kindness, have taught how to take care of widows, have taught how to give charity, and so many other religions have come about to do that. That's the whole objective of it. So you can't just blame everything on somebody stupid. Anyways, crime. Everybody says crime is down. 2 more stabbings yesterday. 3 more murders in New York City. I won't even talk about the stores that are being robbed, cars that are being broken in. I mean, I saw my friend's daughter leaving the window open. I said, are you crazy? Are you crazy? She says, no, I have nothing in there. Don't worry about it. And she actually left the window open. I actually saw somebody looking and going over to the car. I said, are you crazy? Go back and close that car. I want to tell you something very important. I don't mind that they lie about COVID. I don't care. You know, I had a co-host on the show, and I know she's listening to her. Her name is Sawyer. I don't want to say anything bad about her, but she's an idiot. The girl it's like Carmela. If you ever talk to her, you'd be embarrassed. She wants to run against me for city council. I wish you would, Sawyer. I will help you get on the ballot just so I can crush you and defeat and squash you. And your husband that says all the Hasidic Jews, their blood should run on the street. You know, this is what Kamala is. She's not a caring person. I wish that she does a debate. Right now, I don't think Trump wants to even do a debate with her. But there is a debate set up. I'd love to see that debate. I'm going to have a good life. I'm so happy it's going to be after my wedding, so I'll be more relaxed. Not my wedding, even though everybody says, oh, why do you call it your wedding? Because I'm paying for everything, so it's my wedding. You know what I mean? I know my son's getting married, but he's just showing up as a guest. I had a hard time for him just to carry the invitations upstairs for me. So I love the boy, and I'm so happy that he's getting married. And again, you're all welcome to come. There's something I want to tell you. There's something called Project 2025. Now, President Donald Trump denies Project 2025 even exists. Somebody, this organization wrote about Project 2025. And what Project 2025 says is how they're going to change the world, change the government, try to be more controlling, no more elections. Never going to happen. And whoever wrote that was just trying to do something to try to, and we always have these white supremacists or militia people always trying to say, well, take over the world with their 12 people in their group. The Ku Klux Klan thought that they could, after the Civil War, which was created by the Democratic Party, by the way. Created by the Democratic Party. And again, they thought they could change the world and have all the white people to be in charge of the country. It's not that. You have to be fair no matter what you are, white or black. And you know, there was 1,300 black slave owners during the early part of the 19th century. And, you know, all those people that were their slaves, they should get reparations. But we're not going to go after those black slave owners, only the white slave owners. We constantly change the rules to benefit people that shouldn't be benefited. And I'm not saying they're not entitled to the same benefits. And I'm not saying that we should feel bad and give welfare out to all the poor. Everybody should go out and work and earn their own way. Don't be jealous of the other one. Don't take advantage of your fellow man. You know, I'm in a sale of a property right now, and somebody's the other side, the buyers are trying to take advantage, and they came back with a crazy counter offer. I said, did you find out that I am right now desperate to sell the building? They said, yeah, we heard that you've been trying to sell the building for a while and you can't sell it. I said, that doesn't make me desperate. Nobody wants to pay my price. And when I told them, they came back, I said, now that you counter offered so low, I'm raising my price by another $50,000. They said, we're not going to buy it. I said, be my guest. I'm not interested. You don't want to be fair with somebody else. I don't want to be fair with you. I was willing to compromise in some way, not because I needed to compromise down. I figured I would maybe cover some of your closing costs, and you would be so kind because to make the sale go quicker through. But again, people want to take advantage of the other person. People want to hurt the other person, and I don't like that. I don't like that in my life. When I get into city council, I'll be making sure that this doesn't happen. I'm going to try to change those landlord-tenant rules, courts. I'm going to try to get rid of those video cameras that constantly ticketing us for no reason. Yes, Brad Lander, the 13 speeding tickets that you got, I'm going to be saving you because you're the one who voted for those cameras. Those cameras are made to make us safe. Those cameras are illegal. Put the cameras on houses or buildings where you can protect them, that they shouldn't kidnap us or rob us, or if there's hit and runs, to protect us. But not to watch us when we're speeding or crossing a red light. People are smart enough. Constantly suing and collecting our money. And you know what? The government charges interest. When they give you this $50 ticket, if you don't pay it in 30 days or 60 days, they put on 25%, then 50%. They double the fine, and they're charging you 9% interest, more than a bank. Wow. Loan sharks. Worse than loan sharks. At least the loan sharks give us money. The city just takes money. Takes and fines and punishes us and directs us. And we can never give enough. We can never put away. I'm telling you now, guys, I made a mistake by taking that vaccine. And I'll show the WSNR listeners are going to be leaving us. I made a mistake. I took that vaccine shot. And I feel, sometimes I don't feel so good. I mean, I feel good all the time. My blood pressure is perfect. But sometimes I feel a little fatigued, maybe because I'm putting in 18-hour days. But could have COVID affected me, my mental health, or because I know my wife got a little crazy when she did the Johnson & Johnson? Could it make me fatigued? This vaccine virus that they gave out for the COVID virus, was that bad?
Very bad.
Very bad.
Oh, it caused so many problems. So many people died from it.
From the vaccine, not save them.
Yeah, even people got cancer from it.
How come they still let the vaccine go out?
They're criminals.
They're criminals. Goodbye, my friends from WSNR. Thank you for listening to the show. Before I leave to Israel next week, I will be on the show, and I'm leaving on Thursday, so I'll have a regular scheduled show, and I'm going to be back on Monday.
Thursday is tomorrow.
Not tomorrow, I'm going next week.
Oh, next week.
So I'm going for 4 days, and I'll be back for the following week's show. I don't take days off, and when I'm in Israel, I'm going to be doing good. I'm going to try to take some donations there, even though I'm told now that the soldiers are not allowed to get certain things. Only the government wants to pay for it. But originally, they didn't. They didn't do that, and that's what I think. By the way. The Supreme Court, and we're going to get to this right now. I'd like to clear this up with you right now. The Supreme Court gave presidential immunity to former President Trump for his federal indictment. And this decision is a historic expansion of the presidential immunity, leaving the lower courts with a lot to determine. That means it goes back to lower court. This can go on forever. And they have people they're arresting for the election interfering case in Georgia. If President Trump wins, and we need him to win, he's going to release all these people. He's going to release those January 6 people. He's going to give pardons across the board. It's not that you even want President Trump to be president to help the economy in the world, which he did good. Just to not put people in jail. More people in jail, more of our taxpayer dollars for people that didn't do anything. They went into the Capitol. They didn't cause damage. They didn't blow up the buildings like these terrorists or these people that march for Palestine, these pro-Palestinian protesters, and they defame our plaques. They cause damage. They break stores. They threaten and hit other people. Those people you let go. Those people you allow not once, time and day after day. Some people walked into the Capitol and screamed and hollered and protested. You're putting them in jail for 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, 17 years. You're giving them felonies. They're losing their jobs. Anyways, they gave him 3 different ideas. First, conduct is not the personal conduct for civil matters is absolutely and immune from criminal prosecution. Anything that he did while he was president in the office of the presidency is immune. Now they're determining it's not full immunity, this immunity, that immunity. They're going after the judge that dismissed his case for the documents. Understand, she's a judge. You have no problems when they hold you guilty, when they come after you with fake evidence. I mean, you have Donald Trump fined on 34 counts for, what did he do? $100,000 he paid to a porn star that they claimed from his business or whatever it was. 34 times they found him guilty. For one crime, you get somebody on 34 felonies or whatever it is, misdemeanors, felonies. Unacceptable. Just stupid. 1 count, 1 felony, and it was a white-collar thing. People are murdering, killing, getting out after 10 years, 12 years, 13 years. I have people sitting in jail for 40 years on something that they didn't really do or they were involved with or they knew about it or they can't let out because of the communities they live in, and you put them away as conspirators to the crime. This is what America has come to. The people that can't defend themselves, they get locked up. You don't have to tell me the black people are being locked up more than the white people because they're poor. They can't hire good lawyers. The good lawyers are sitting right now in a terrace chaya telling people how to rip off other people, how to rip off their landlords, how not to pay their bills, how not to pay their credit card bills. That's what they're doing. And they get a piece of the action. You have to hire them. So you're right, you owe your landlord 40 grand. You don't pay your landlord, you screw him, he pays you to leave, and you have to pay the lawyer 10 grand. The reason why today, when these two neighbors were fighting and the police came, and I ended up showing proof, and the police said, no, it's a civil matter. And this guy was terrible. He called the DOB, he called the police on us, he tried to have us arrested. And I went over to him afterwards. I said, how do we stop this? He says, I want $20,000. I said, $20,000 for you not to rat us out and try to find some error in the way we construct? Because anybody who's building a building today always gets a violation. And it costs him a lot of money. He says, yeah, you're going to get fines and penalties. He says, just give it to me, and I'll let you go. I had to compromise with him and give him 10 grand. And my landlord, the owner of the project, is so upset. I said, listen, you have a choice. If the building department comes and shuts you down, you're out of business, you're out of building your house or moving in for the next 3 months. How much rent are you going to pay? Then you're going to have to pay fines between $2,500 to $10,000. Then you're going to have to hire a guy like me for $10,000 to put you into compliance. So we're at $30,000 just to start. I have people that have to pay me 50, 60 grand to get them out of trouble. How much trouble they got in with fines and court cases and criminal tickets. I said, give the guy 10 grand and make it go away. I'm ashamed that I had to do it. But it was just getting too bad. When police show up and somebody can get arrested, I stood in the way. People ask me why I do it. Like I told you in the beginning of the show, why do I do it? Because I stand for the righteous. Linda keeps telling me, Heshy, let's go. Let's just sell everything and go away and stop. I said, how, Linda? How? My heart breaks and bleeds. I know what they did to me. I have the pain still in me. When I see a little child's parents die and the government doesn't want to help them, or their mother can't afford private schooling, he has to send them to public school where they're raping and robbing and beating you up. In the Jewish schools, there is zero rape, zero murder, zero. I'm not talking 1% or percentage. Even though they're saying our English education is no good, our English education is better than half of them when only 14% of the public school kids can read and write. 14% of the public school kids could barely read or write or officially get a high school diploma. Yeah, get it. They push them on. It's a babysitting service. Like any school, even the private schools too.
And by us?
By us?
100%?
We have 100%. There are kids that are a little slower, so we find them special private schools where they teach them to be contractors, electricians, and still teach them and give them loving and guidance. And again, no murder, no rape, zero. It's like beautiful. When I send my kids to yeshiva, I feel comfortable. When I send my daughter to school, I feel comfortable. Yes, there's always some troubled girls looking for boyfriends and running around and having sex and doing stuff, but you can't control that. They're teenagers. They have body. They have hormones. There's always somebody that's going to talk them into something. But in our schools, safety. It's not so safe that you can go to sleep and breathe or wake up and know that those kids are picked up and dropped off. I have to stand by the bus when I pick up my granddaughters. They call us. They have a WhatsApp app when we're going to be at your stop. Parents communicate with each other and tell you which stop is where so you know where to pick up your kids. That's what a community is. That's what a school is. Public schools, we don't really care what you do. We don't care where the kids go. Anyways, we're going to say goodbye to our people. We've run a little bit over time. I want to thank you, Avram Tenenbaum. I just want to tell my audience one more time, thank you for listening to the show. And you can call Rabbi Tenenbaum at what number? What's your number?
917-642-4410.
And you give money-back guarantees to most of your health products.
Almost everything, yeah.
And what's your email address?
D like David, Y like yellow, ITA, L like Luis, IA, N like Nancy, O at gmail.com. DY Italiano.
DY Italiano. Thank you for coming on the show, and thank you for giving me my probiotics. I want to lose like 15 pounds. I'm going to try to take it. And thank you, audience, for tuning in. God bless you.